This video is for entertainment purposes only. The guilt or innocence of people is not for me to decide. The only behavior that I am responsible for is my own. Please be kind.
Anybody who has watched any of this circus play out, this unfortunate circus that I never intended or wanted to be part of. I've never been prayer guard.
Okay. This is the first lie. She did want to be part of this. She's enjoying being part of this. She is finally getting the attention that she has always wanted. So, if she had not want to be part of this, she wouldn't have been part of it. She would not have come on Facebook or YouTube.
Jenna, Squall, none of them. I've never gotten close to speak on. I've never spoke on anybody's business. I dropped off panels when people were talking garbage. Didn't give my opinion on anything because I try to hold things to myself. Certain things aren't for public consumption, and also parts of this that I'm still not going to name or talk about are parts of the investigation. And I'm not going to go onto those either still, because they aren't the public's business and they absolutely belong to the police. But the other night, after days of people being weird with me,
Translation, after people starting to see me for what I really am.
things I could tell were afoot for a while and had to do with YouTube playing a role on that hill, on the opposite one. I didn't like that very much. But I thought, you know what, whatever. Still didn't go run to anybody, didn't play Prayer Garden, didn't play Jenna. And I trust you. Trust me here. And like I said, don't actually trust anybody that says that. Make up your own minds, question everything. But, I could have this whole time, easily. And I still could. I could run any day of the week and make those two particulars look like the jokes they are. I promise you.
Then why haven't you? If I had information to discredit someone that was speaking on Summer's case, then I would discredit them.
Not. And that's still not my intention here. I don't think certain people have been paying attention about how very much I could hear throughout the years. I think they forget how many Facebooks have been set up through time, what they've said, what they've done, and the difference between me and that other hill is that I've not burned out or put my brain cells in formaldehyde for years and decades, and I have proof of that in many forms for years, not just.
I would like to see proof of that, but I think at bare minimum, maybe you supplied things to burn people out.
recently. So when you aren't burning out your poor brain, you can remember lots of things like most normal people. When you don't swap Facebooks like underwear, well, you know. Anyway, so y'all know that I am not a short, precise person. Everybody's just going to get over it. I'm sorry, but I'm getting there.
Why can't you be short and precise? Why does everything have to be a riddle? We have to figure it out. Maybe because it draws people to try, to you so they can figure it out. Maybe if you said the facts and what was important, and we all realized that you don't really hold anything important, we'd quit watching you.
And I have told the cops, just like I'm telling you, from day one of meeting these people, they were not my people. They're not my type of people. Everybody asks, well, why are y'all like this? Why would you watch kids? It really is community. It's neighbors. It's what you do in the area. Okay?
Yes, just look at the background of all the neighbors. I can see a strong community foundation.
However, since this began, I've watched the other hill lie, twist, do all kinds of things I know on Twitter. I've just not called it out, not said anything.
Why not call it out? Why not?
Not my place while the show goes on over there, especially on these YouTubers' platforms. Um, but the other night, what happened in the chats as and it comes at such a weird time for me because I and others have been trying to figure out this piece these YouTubers wanted so badly for me, that they're willing and are still willing to do what's happening to I and my children over, among other things, besides calling out their shady con ring on YouTube and international crimes and weirdness and whatever the hell else. So anyway,
If you have knowledge of international crimes, by God, it's your responsibility to call it out.
and this is hard, guys. I'm sorry, but this is hard for me. And it is going to.
Because I'm making it up as I go along, and, you know, I have to drag it out to make sure that I make it make sense.
Be one of those you're going to see me stutter body language things because there are going to be things that I'm keeping.
I'm lying, and my body language is going to indicate that, but it's not because I'm lying.
Myself to keep pieces just to the cops and pieces that still aren't public consumption. So, and I really don't care how the other hill feels about this, but there are pieces we've been putting together from an event 6 years ago, um, and trying to put it together and see if it makes sense with this. And then in the middle of that, here comes one of the people that knows about that event, right? Oh, Mr. Chase Brad. And what's he do this week, guys? Last week. Suddenly, friends at the same place everybody was talking about, everybody shooting each other and stuff just stays.
Now we know that Brad and JodieSue's relatives have worked at the same place. I think the whole Beach Creek community was well aware of Brad's reputation, and she sees him as a participant collecting money. She should have stood on her hill and screamed for people not to give this man money. But she sat back and didn't say anything.
Well, to me, looks like suddenly. And then you've got Keys here who vanishes, right? But Key's talking to me. He says he's going to go over there and he's coming to Tennessee, and then suddenly sends me a snooze piece from WJHL. Oh man, they've effed me and whatever else. I don't know. Got the messages, and it don't make any sense, right? It's more dramatic. I'm like, what the hell? They just mentioned you in reference to the other kid. What? I didn't see anything bad about you there, Keys. Oh, you don't think? Okay, well, you think it's safe for me to come to Tennessee then? Why wouldn't it be? You really think you're that fucking important here? Nobody knows who you are, bro. Nobody cares. Hell, even I don't care. I don't know what kind of world famous y'all think y'all are impressive, but it ain't here. Break. So anyway, it's one of the things I'm assured of on the live chat the other night when Keys is mentioned is, or video chat through Facebook. Is that, oh no, I get laughter and Keys is absolutely around. Ha ha ha. Well, yeah, I'm sure he is. I know there ain't no damn family limit. Give me a break. So yeah, it's real funny. It's real cute. But give yourself away with that continual tie. I don't care. Um, Either way, I just find it strange that Brad Chase shows up over there. He's one of the ones, and days before the rest of YouTube got this leaked phone call thing, right? Y'all see me start to mention it on my videos, and also stuff. It was one of the threat sort of things because the day after it outed this thing as being sort of a scam in chat, and they try to make everybody doubt um, that it was really me in there and it was a troll or whatever. No, it wasn't. Oh, all hell started breaking loose, and um, one of the things Penny and Brad had said to me were, oh, there's this thing about Grandis and Candace, right? If you go back and watch the videos, I finally out the whole story what they told me, which was that the knee brace didn't exist. It flows into the same exact story you all were given. And for some reason, that Friday deadline was there. Stay off YouTube until. Stay off YouTube until. And then what did everybody do? They were like, oh man, they're setting you up. They're setting you up. I'm like, that was the night before and the day of. And I was like, oh, I'm well aware. I see what YouTube's doing at Squall's behest. It's also attached to Benny. It's also attached to you all that you forgot I've heard you all on personal phone calls with in the backgrounds. But here you are saying, oh, this is the first time you're reaching out to him at an olive branch and trying to push me out to his channel for likes, clicks, and views. And then Tiffany Marie suddenly, I'm like, what the hell? No. So I knew days before the rest of you all did about what Chase and Brad was going to say. It made absolutely no sense. That Friday deadline was the UK fundraiser to push it more
You were well aware of Brad's history, and you sat on the fundraiser panel.
because there was Brad for a whole 8 hours looking like a hero over the billboard, which I still love the billboard, but not what's behind it and the scam and all that other bullshit behind it either. So what you get is oh them saying that to me days before, and then I out it and I mess up the fundraiser for the UK too. All hell starts breaking loose. That was the Friday deadline. Then the last video of Brad Chase with the whole JodieSue, if you know anything, just and what was that to do? That was meant to push like us as suspects or something, right? To imply. Man, I don't give a damn. I'm the only one in this whole damn bunch since night one, actually before not Dark even fell. I'm like, give me a lie detector test. Hell, if you were a cop, wouldn't you do the same? Like, I'm the next door neighbor that heard a scream. Like, you could literally be like, well, what if she's covering
Could it be that you are so obviously lying that they don't need the test?
for? That's to distract from. That would be my thoughts if I was a smart person. So I offered one. Kids offered one. Never been a taker. I've been told reliable, whatever. And I don't care. They can come any day of the week and do the same. Stress test, whatever the hell they want to do. I have nothing to hide, nothing to lie about. There's no way in hell that I'm covering up.
If you're still offering, can we please do a fundraiser to get the money to give her one?
Or lying for anybody with a missing child. Not even sorry. So, truth is truth and fact is facts. And it's going to remain so. So, out of all the months, nothing really has transpired between I and Other Heel. I mean, we've talked personally, obviously. They know basically what I told, every police agency on earth. Um, Never had an issue with it that I knew of. And though there were parts left out that they don't know, I guess. And I'm not going to touch on those really either, just so it stays that way. But either way, watching the other night as the Hatter gets on there, and y'all, I'm sure, watch those videos as well. And there's that message, right? Which in this day and time, you can fake anything. So I don't initially buy it, but the spelling, the vernacular, it jibes with me. I see it. But he gets on there, and then there's obviously somebody calling me a liar about what I heard. And that absolutely is in the report I made. You know why? Because it's truth. Now, why suddenly is trying to make that look like it's not true, important to the other hill? Why? And only now that Brad, Chase, and the rest have showed up and all this fundraiser shit's over. But here's the point: the fundraisers, yeah, the 32, whatever, it's over there. But what we've been saying this whole time are the other scam methods used, the other intake methods, what was really raised, pulled into the background. We want that shit seen, accounted for. We want it out. And
And it has been put out. And every penny has been accounted for, so we can put that whole issue to rest.
we want this ring shut down. We want whatever shade and dark web stuff behind it pulled out into the open.
We, as in Tiffany Marie and I, because it's making Tiffany look bad, it's taking um, Tiffany being getting all the attention with Summer, and it's moving it to people that are actually doing something for Summer. And this little $1,500 check that was so insulting to my intelligence really pretty much proves that, because Tiffany Marie has done nothing for Summer but muddy the water, so muddy that the chances of us finding Summer are basically none now.
Open, because where you have that much money, because I promise you, clicks and views for these people, still not lucrative. Even small scams like the email, the Hurricane Camille, the P.O. box, all these other things, still not. I mean, that's a lot of money, trust me. But it's still not how they're maintaining a lifestyle. You do not go to the links of fake feds and all these other things and all these feet on the ground and all these players in motion locally and around the nation and splitting just that, because that's still not enough for that much danger and risk. What is that? So there's something else behind this ring.
Which would totally make the fact that Chase conned people for his own gain, and all these other people you're accusing of being in cahoots with him were not, because you can't split what Chase conned 14 different ways and it be lucrative. So how am I going to explain this? Oh, stuff you don't know. Only I know.
Make no mistake about that. Either way, find it weird now that Brad Chase is suddenly friends and up there after all the fundraiser stuff, and he's not really the fucking hero anymore, that suddenly tunes start to change. Then after days of not really speaking, people being weird, everybody wants to talk to me suddenly. I find that real weird. And then,
Because if you knew all along that Brad was a con man, you would have not made yourself look like you were involved. See, the other people didn't know because you didn't tell them.
what happens is that, oh dear, there's reversing happening. And what I find strange is that this video chat immediately takes a wild turn into crazy land with a talk about themselves and how the domestic shit on the live on YouTube here now was fake. And I don't know who anybody thinks they're lying to. Because I've heard and I've seen